You're listening to the Women's Wealth Canada podcast with Glory Gray. Be sure to download and subscribe using your favorite podcast app and like us on Facebook.
Are you going through a life transition and need to find a wealth advisor to manage your investments? You don't have to feel discouraged wondering how to find the right one. Grab my free guide, 12 Smart Questions to Ask When Interviewing a Wealth Advisor. This guide gives you all the questions and why you should ask them. Just go to glorygray.com, pop in your email address, and we'll send it right to your inbox. Hey there, welcome back to the Women's Wealth Canada podcast. I'm your host, Glory Gray, financial planner and wealth manager. I work with women just like you all over Canada. Let me ask you something. Are you trying to manage your finances completely alone? Because if you are, I get it. A lot of women do. But I'm here to tell you, you don't have to. And more than that, you shouldn't. Now, here's the truth. You are the CEO of your financial life. And guess what? CEOs don't fly solo. They have teams. So today, we're talking about your financial dream team, the 5 key people every woman should have in her corner. I'm going to walk you through exactly who they are, what they do, and how to find the right ones for you, even if you're just getting started, even if you don't think you're wealthy enough, quote, and even if the whole thing feels a little intimidating, because it's not too early, you're not too late, and you don't have to wait for some magical someday to get the support you deserve. Stick with me to the end because I've got a special gift for you that's going to make this even easier. So let's get to it. Now here's the thing. Women are incredibly resourceful. We figure things out. We search online. We talk to friends. We gather snippets from podcasts, social media, and the odd article we bookmarked months ago. But when it comes to building real lasting wealth, especially in this stage of life, doing it all yourself just doesn't cut it anymore. Think of it like your health. You wouldn't diagnose and treat everything yourself, right? You'd call your doctor, maybe a specialist, maybe even a psychotherapist. It's the same with your finances. You deserve that same level of professional support. And no, you don't need to be wealthy to start working with a financial planner, accountant, or lawyer. Often, building your wealth starts by working with them. Because when you have the right financial team around you, you save money, reduce stress, and avoid those painful, often costly mistakes. But maybe even more important, you start to feel more confident. You make decisions faster. You feel clearer. When your mind is clear, you start thinking bigger. You start believing in yourself, and that's what you want. So let's walk through the key members of your dream team. And don't worry, this doesn't mean hiring 5 people tomorrow. Think of it as a menu. You'll add the right people at the right time. First is your financial planner or advisor, and this is your go-to person for the big picture. Retirement goals, investment strategies, planning for real estate, education costs, or even how to structure your budget so you can breathe a little easier. A good advisor doesn't just hand you a one-size-fits-all plan. They listen. They get to know your goals and what you're worried about. Maybe you're recently divorced. Maybe you're looking at early retirement. Maybe an inheritance is coming and you're not sure how to handle it. Maybe you haven't had a recent change in your life at all, but you're feeling stuck or unsure how to prioritize your financial goals. And these are the times when a financial advisor can help. They help you make a plan for all of it. If you ever feel like you're being talked down to or sold something you don't understand, walk away. That's not the advisor for you. No jargon, no judgment. You do want someone to hold you accountable for the goals you've set for yourself. but they shouldn't be pushing investment products you don't understand or have a lack of transparency about how they're paid or make you feel fearful, like you're too late to start making a difference in your financial life. Next is your accountant or a tax professional. Taxes aren't just about filing a return every April. For many women over 45, tax planning becomes more complex. Maybe you've got investment income, several properties, or you're self-employed. Or maybe you're supporting aging parents and wondering what tax deductions and credits might be available to you. A solid accountant helps you keep more of your money legally and ethically, and they should be more than a data entry machine. The best ones will say, hey, have you thought about doing this differently next year? If your accountant only shows up once a year and surprises you with a bill you weren't expecting, it's time to start asking better questions or finding someone who fits you better. Next is your estate lawyer. Okay, deep breath. No one loves talking about wills and powers of attorney, but they matter so much. If you don't have these things in place, or if they're outdated, now is the time to take care of these. Whether you own property with your spouse or are separating from a partner, you want someone who understands the emotional and legal nuances that come with being a woman. Look for someone who speaks clearly, respects your values, and helps you make decisions you feel good about. If they start throwing legalese at you without explanation or try to rush your choices, that's a red flag. Next up are your insurance advisors. Now let's talk about protection. If you or people you care about rely on your income, insurance can be a real safety net. And if you're self-employed or a business owner, it's non-negotiable. But, and this is a big but, not all insurance advisors are created equal. Some work for one company and can only sell you what they offer. You want someone who compares different insurance providers and helps you understand what you're buying. And by the way, I say insurance advisors, not just one advisor, because in Canada, advisors who handle property and liability insurance are licensed differently than those who sell life and disability insurance. They're usually separate advisors and often completely separate companies, so know that going in. You want advisors who can take a good look at all the areas of your life where there might be risk of loss of income, risk of life, risk of property, risk of lawsuits. They should be able to look at those and find ways to reduce that risk for you. If they push expensive policies you don't need or dodge your questions, move on. You need clarity, not pressure. Our last advisor is optional but can be valuable for some, and that is a financial therapist. Now, this one's not traditional, but I've seen firsthand how transformational it can be. If you ever thought, I know what I should be doing with money, I just can't seem to do it, that's where a financial therapist might help. If you think you have some stories in your life that are keeping you from achieving your goals, they dig into the why behind that fear, guilt, scarcity, or maybe that deep-seated belief that it's too late for you to build wealth. Spoiler, it's not too late. These professionals help you rewrite those stories and start moving forward again, especially during major transitions like divorce, retirement, or receiving an inheritance. Look for someone who has credentials in therapy or coaching with a money focus. They should be someone you feel safe being honest with, and they shouldn't be making promises that sound too good to be true. So, where do you begin building your team? Start small. You don't need to assemble the whole team overnight. Pick one area that feels like the biggest source of stress or confusion. Maybe it's tax time and you need a better accountant. Or maybe you're thinking ahead to retirement and want to sit down with a financial planner. Think of this like building your personal board of directors. You want people around you who are smart, who have your back, and who respect your goals. Be clear about your values. Your team should support your version of success. Ask friends. Talk to other women in similar life stages. And don't be afraid to interview professionals before hiring them. If you want some help on what to ask them, you can download my free guide, 12 Smart Questions to Ask When Interviewing a Wealth Advisor. So, you are the CEO of your financial life. Whether you're starting over, starting fresh, or simply ready to take things to the next level, every CEO needs a team. You don't have to do it alone anymore. You deserve advice that's personalized, respectful, and free from judgment. And if something hasn't quite felt right financially, that's not a sign you've failed. That's a sign you're ready for support. So here's your action step for the week. Take 10 minutes, write down the professionals you currently have in your corner, your accountant, lawyer, financial planner, anyone. Then ask yourself, where are the gaps? Is there one person you've been meaning to find? Maybe this is the month you booked that consultation. Or maybe it's time to check in with your current team and make sure they still fit the woman you're becoming. Now, I promised you a free gift today, and here it is. It's going to help you get this action step done. You can either send me an email at glory@glorygray.com or go into the show notes or episode description in your podcast app and download your free Financial Dream Team checklist. It's a tool that can help you build the team that works for you, and it's absolutely free as my gift to you. I wanted to let you know that our office is accepting new clients. So if you live in Canada and want professional help building a custom financial strategy just for you, go to glorygray.com and get in touch with me. We help women all across Canada and would welcome the opportunity to meet you and see if we can help. Thank you for making the time to listen to this episode and investing in yourself. Thank you for sharing these episodes with other women that you care about. I hope you use everything that you learned today to create a better life for yourself and those you love. Until next time, I'm Glory Gray, your personal trainer for financial fitness, telling you to take charge of your finances, plan for the future, but most of all, enjoy today, and I'll see you in the next episode.
This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be construed as investment, tax, or legal advice. It is not an offer to sell or buy, or an endorsement, recommendation, or sponsorship of any entity or security cited. Mutual funds offered through Portfolio Strategies Corporation. Other products and services provided through Glory Gray Wealth Solutions.